Streaming. Excellent connection. Live? Okay, it's a little behind.
Okay.
Yeah, we're live now. Hello.
Hi. Sorry, late start. We had some issues for the verification for some reason, even though this account is quite old. We had to do a few more steps, evidently. But we're good now. Thank you so much to Josh for tech supporting, because I would have been completely lost. This is our first time live streaming on this channel. Josh on the Sapienite channel does live streams of games and such sometimes, but this is a first foray into this concept that we have for a home shopping network style vendor experience that we are hoping to do on pagan holidays, kind of as a celebration and an opportunity to get in touch with us. We're hoping to onboard other makers and have perhaps an entire festival map full of different cool things to check out and chat with. And you should be able to in the future navigate it like a Neopets kind of like Ren Fair map. That's the idea. But this is just the first time, very casual. We're just hanging out to kind of show the proof of concept and see kind of what can be done with this medium. I won't go too much into it. We have a whole spiel on the website about the purpose of doing this virtually. As some of you may know, if you frequent things like festivals, you'll be aware that inflation is really affecting vendors very severely. Table fees are through the roof. Gate fees for attendees are through the roof. And there's all of these issues with improvements and making things accessible. So we thought, let's try this cool virtual vending format and just kind of establish a tradition that will be pandemic proof, that is free of dirt and dust and $10 bottles of water and $20 beers and all of those horrible things. So welcome to our home. We have set up a kind of little mini version of how our setups tend to be at shows. And I've talked a lot, so let's let Josh introduce his part of the concept. He did some research into the holiday itself.
Oh, yeah, I did a little bit of research into the Mabon or Mabon holiday. And obviously this is the spring or fall equinox, September 21st. So that would be essentially, I think the day is celebrated by modern Wiccans. And it was popularized by, I'm forgetting his name, but he was a writer and kind of a Wiccan philosopher. And he actually invented the holiday because there wasn't like a kind of Irish holiday for the fall equinox. And he was actually thinking about the myth of Persephone going into the underworld, and kind of the beginning of fall makes sense because fall and winter begins. And he found that the myth or the motif of Mabon, who's the son of the mother goddess, who is captured like 3 nights after he was born, and he was imprisoned somewhere, perhaps in the underworld. And Mabon's kind of a god of youth and fertility and life and love, so there's a lot of deities that are kind of fertility deities like that throughout different cultures that they go into the underworld, like Demuzid and stuff, and then everything becomes... I don't think the Mabon myth actually has specifically like an idea of like, oh, it becomes fall and winter when he goes under to his imprisonment. He's just imprisoned, and it's just kind of similar motif. So he was kind of fishing for something in the Irish, in this case Welsh language and culture that had some relationship to the Persephone myth. But for us at Pandemonia, we kind of celebrate, in that case, every myth that kind of gets this idea of the beginning of fall and winter. So that's what we're celebrating.
Yeah.
But
in Druidic practice, I always just thought it had to do with Mav, with the Fairy Queen goddess.
Yeah.
And there's the song about it. It's on the classic hit CD, Best of Pagan Song. It's just about the harvest time and kind of the changing of the colors and all of the transitional things that come with that. Of course, Samhain is the more formal and like traditional of the holidays. I myself, I guess I'm kind of a bad pagan. I usually only celebrate the fire feasts. I don't really do equinoxes and solstices. And my father, every single year without fail, wishes me a happy solstice, which is kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to be like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. It's like, what are your plans?
Mm-hmm. And I'm all like,
No.
we should have some plans for that.
We
'cause
should.
That's cool.
We should.
Yeah.
I respect
trying.
the neo-pagan attempts to reinvent and find relevance and create traditions that work in a modern context. So this is kind of our attempt to do that and celebrate creativity and products and makers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it says anywhere or if we've talked about it anywhere, but I used to host vendor shows back in the day that were of a steampunk nature, and I have particularly strong feelings about the vendor community and just creative people in general and makers. And you know, there was a very different era of Etsy once upon a time, and there were pop-ups and lots of these different shows, and I used to rent venues and we would set up little tents, and yeah, it was very cute. I got out of it just before COVID, so I wasn't really too directly affected by that shutting my stuff down. I shut it down voluntarily. But now when people come up to me and they're asked the question, are you going to start showing again? Are we going to start hosting? You know, what are we going to do with that? It's been a really big question this year. It's kind of a huge risk. You know, costs are higher than they've ever been. And the community is more fragmented than it's ever been.
Yeah, a lot of the shows are going under. They're not happening as much. A lot of the ones we've been doing lately haven't been doing that well, relatively. Almost since we started business in 2021, basically, or 22 or whatever, it's been relatively rough for shows. Basically, every time we go to a show, they're like, "Oh man, it used to be so much bigger." Than that. We've had a few successful ones, but we find some success in everything, right? Sometimes just finding community is important and meeting other people in the realm. But yeah, there's increasingly fewer options.
And yeah, just the whole vibe and the ethos around it has been not super great juju either, which has kind of disillusioned a lot of people, especially for people starting this out.
Money grabbing.
A lot of blame, just a lot of like, oh, well, it's the attendees' fault, you know, because they don't want to leave the house. Or, oh, it's the vendor's fault because they want to break down early when nobody is there. And it's just a lot of like bad back and forth. So it's like, okay, if we actually try to address everybody's needs and just build a foundation, you know, what's going to do that? So we thought, okay, let's start virtual. We met in the virtual space. I'm sure we've gone over several times our kind of background, but in the Discord space and like the experiments that we did with community building, we've been trying to figure out how to apply some of that on YouTube, perhaps. We'd like YouTube the best. Like, sorry, we're biased. YouTube has kind of been the most fun.
It's more open.
Yeah, there's just so much more room to do what we really want to do and what we're passionate about. So that's why we've started to look into the streaming more. It is a little weird, you know, because YouTube is kind of known for other types of streaming, more like gaming oriented. But I remember back when Twitch first introduced Twitch Creative, and they did the like 24-hour stream of Bob Ross. It just felt like such an exciting time to be alive. Like, oh, this could be used for other things. We could do, you know, and then it quickly became like kind of dominated by, you know, the bong glass blowers, and it was dope. I loved it. But like, when it comes to actually onboarding and making it accessible to vendors, there's always been this huge rift, you know, between the online businesses and then the traditional business, because most Ren Fair booths that you would probably know, it's too much work to do both, like having a good website or having an online presence. Ever since the birth of the, I remember back, I'm going to date myself a little bit, but I remember I believe in fairies.com, and when like latex elf ears were very first, like that was cutting edge technology, okay? And you could only buy them online, and I did, and my parents thought I was insane, and I love those things to death. I wore them until they had holes in them. They were awful. But the spirit gum and just the ripping of every tiny micro hair, oh, beautiful.
They do sell those still.
Yes, they do.
Those are pretty popular.
But I don't know how adept their website is. Like, it's just, it's a lot, and the expense is a lot, and getting help with it is a lot. So we're hoping if we try this, that other vendors can just like sign up and maybe stream from their phone or stream from a booth they already have, and we can kind of take care of the website bit and make it navigable. That's the hope.
Why don't you scoot up a little bit? Just get in Trying to get both of us in the frame.
Well, let's not like
We'll
overshadow. It's supposed to be like product. We don't have anybody. We're just kind of like waiting for
somebody to come in.
Chat people.
Well, maybe they'll come in and watch it later when they have time.
Perhaps.
Who knows? We suck at marketing and getting information out there. I forgot to
being on time for stuff.
I forgot to do a little musical blessing. I wonder how this. I'm going to see how this sounds actually on live stream. I'm not sure if it captures anything. Oops. Nice.
You're in the red a little.
What?
You're in the red a little.
Oh, I'm in the red?
Careful.
Oh, no.
Don't blow anybody's ears out. I think we're blessed.
I was trying to hit it so hard to make sure it was heard. I don't know. I know there's a lot of hand pan people on the YouTube. And I'm not that. I'm very much a beginner, but we got this hand pan from Ukraine, right?
Yes, on Etsy. If you really want to support the war effort, go buy shit from makers on Etsy.
Small businesses.
From small businesses in Ukraine. They're easy to pick. You can search specifically for that. Etsy does have search filter parameters to be local to you as well. If you ever want to look specifically for businesses in your vicinity, please utilize those functions and go buy something crazy cool from Ukraine. This thing,
something local.
It's beautiful. He didn't really show you the whole point.
Oh, I didn't go very close. No.
Look at the craftsmanship and the color. I don't know if it's catching the light, but it's got kind of like a, not rainbowy, but a little bit kind of cool metallic. I love it. I fell in love with it. This is absolutely not a life necessity, but I think it's one of the coolest things we own.
Yeah, I bring it everywhere. I brought it out to the camp that we went to, or whatever too. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, what is this?"
So,
it's good for vibes. Good for vibe setting, right?
I feel fine.
Good.
Let's dive into our Etsy store. We did a video a while ago of kind of an intro to the shop. I don't remember exactly what all we had at that time. So we'll focus on just the newest stuff that we know for sure is not in there, and maybe work our way backward a little bit. But if we're repetitive, I'm sorry, whatever. I know for sure one thing that we didn't have at that time, you should probably go grab before we get rip roar in here, the newest duck, so you can show.
Yeah.
Go get your samples, and I will fill the void.
Can you fill the void for a second? I actually have to fix something. The bit rate is a little laggy.
Bubby.
It's the same issue I had with my first stream.
I dare you now.
Let me fix this bit rate a bit. How did I fix it before?
Oh my gosh. You did that so much better than I thought you were going to.
Tater! Oh my goodness.
He's filling the void.
Yeah. Oh man, how do I...
You didn't knock over anything. You're so good. That's potato. You did get hair everywhere.
Taters.
Why don't you just come say hi?
Say hi, Tater.
He always knows when we're recording.
Do you remember what the maximum, what the ideal?
Nope.
Yeah.
That's a you question.
Sorry, I forgot about this issue. Don't worry, we'll get the bit rate better. It should be a little laggy right now. kbps. It's lower than the recommended.
So Tater is here to talk about his favorite products. Come here, Bubby.
Yes.
I think we did have these at this time, but I'm going to show them anyway. These are our lovely cat familiar Zodiac cat designs, and we sell them just as stickers, and we also have organic catnip, which Tater personally approves of. He likes it pretty well. And that's going to, that's sourced from like a local co-op organic growing kind of situation. So if you got a cat, you can get yourself a cute little present for them and for you. That was actually one of our best sellers at the shows this year is stickers. So we, in the coming year, are going to maybe expand into more stationery. I suppose I should just launch into stationery first while you're still messing with that.
Yeah.
Okay. We can do that.
30 FPS.
my big stationery project of, I guess earlier this year. Kind of beginning of the year. I don't think we had these in the last video. This is my Sun and Moon Dream Journal, and I'm hoping to expand on this holographic aesthetic. We're going to be utilizing this style for our upcoming Heartsong Tarot deck, and I'm also hoping to, based on some customer feedback, expand on these journals into more guided. That has a lot more writing in it, that has prompts, and this one is blank, and people have requested like, oh, could you do more like activities or structured things. So I thought about applying that to our elemental tome concept, and I'm going to be developing more journals. We're also going to be doing a reprint of the emotion journals. Let me go grab one of those, because we're almost sold out of those, but I wasn't happy with the first print.
That's weird.
These ones, we had them mostly just to put in a combo with the Body Sense Oracle deck Kickstarter, but we're going to elaborate a whole lot more on the prompts. I just have the one page of prompts internally, and it's just got a pretty back, and this is a soft cover. Our current production assistant actually has a whole lot more capabilities. They do everything for board games, as well as all the usual card decks and hard and soft cover journals and stuff. So, you know, the temptation is definitely there to go a little bit crazy in the next coming year with expanding on those kind of offerings. So if you have any requests or feedback or suggestions, we're happy to hear them now. The big thing that we have also been selling at shows and have been kind of my fun little obsession this year have been the wax seals. And we sell these as custom sets on our Etsy store. If you want to go through our catalog of designs or get like a cool assortment, you can get any colors that you want. They're extremely reasonably priced. And if you have like a big celebration or wedding or something, you need a bunch of them, they come with the pull tab stickers on the back. And instead of having to go through the whole thing yourself, you can just get a bunch. Or if you're into the craft of it, as I am, there's something so satisfying about doing the wax seals. We try to update and stock different curated designs in the store, and if you come see us at a live show, we've got a whole selection of them. This one is my absolute favorite right now. This I don't know if you can see.
A little fuzzy.
It's a little fuzzy. It's got glitter in it. It's got like hollow glitter, and we have it's not coming into focus. Yeah, so this just sits on your desk and is the coolest little fidget item. But these are the quality thick brass, good heat diffusion. And I also recently found these cool new ones that are a little more, I don't know, it's like very classic, it's very chess. And this has got an Alice in Wonderland kind of design. So we try to, I'm doing a terrible job at this. We try to curate and pick out the coolest possible themes and designs of those to have for you to choose from, and I will do a better job of listing them online, I swear. But the easiest way is from the custom order selection. We have this full line of both Zodiac and our extended cusp system Zodiac. Yeah, I have lots of different designs. I've had to spend a whole bunch of time collecting. But instead of having to buy a bunch of these yourself, you can just get a whole assortment of neat designs. Love it. This one's fun.
Okay, I think I fixed it. Oh my
Yay.
goodness. Oh, gosh. Hopefully the connection is gooder now.
Gooder is better.
And hopefully, I mean, I don't think anyone else came in and then left, so no one was
It'll
like,
just
whoa,
be the
what?
most boring part of the playback. That's fine.
Yeah, okay, so what did you ask me to do about the decks? You wanted me to get
I
some?
want you to go get your sample.
Oh, the samples. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Be right back again. You have to take even more time.
So those are all new. Oh. These are a fun new thing I worked on this year. That are also zodiacally, everything pretty much in the shop is zodiac, but this is a zodiacal series of chapsticks that I've been working on that are all organic ingredients, and I use personally every single day. My mom is like super picky about all of that, and she kind of challenged, well, everything, but especially chapstick. So she challenged me to come up with a formulation, and you know, I can't do anything partially. So we have entire lines of these assortments for each sign of the zodiac, and they have cute little phrases on them. I thought I was being very cheeky. So I don't know if these are going to come off as actually funny to you, if they're going to feel like an attack. I don't know. I've kind of heard both. For the most part, people seem to giggle a bit, at least at first. So here I've got Pisces, which has blueberry as a base flavor, and then sangria as an emotional support cocktail, and then Too Weird to Live and Too Rare to Die. It's a razzleberry. Let Them Eat Cake is cake batter, and Just Keep Swimming is lavender lemon. Here's yours. You can read yours.
Jiminy. I'm fast as boy.
Yeah.
Fast as F boy. Just being honest. We do that a lot. Two-faced, more like multifaceted. Get your mind out of the gutter. And then a Gemini one. What's the flavor of the Gemini's? The Gemini base one.
I don't know. They're hard to rotate when you're in there.
And they all got unique flavors, which
I think
is
it's cotton candy. By
cotton
default.
candy. Yes, of course it is, because it's my favorite. And I like making cotton candy all the time. Just anything. Anything cotton candy or sugar.
Yeah, so those are part of, we're going to be working on better. Finally, okay, so this is hot off the press.
Ooh.
We just got word that Etsy has finally added some bundle functionality. So we had been working on some different products to be part of some different like birthday gift assortment boxes. But hopefully now it's going to make sense and be easier with the new bundle functionality. But we'll see. We haven't gotten to, I just
We'll
saw
see.
it
Maybe
posted
it's
yesterday.
terrible and it doesn't work.
That's going to be a top priority for us this week, is like getting all of the deck bundles up to speed and making sense. Because of course, when you come see us in person, it's very easy to do different deals and knock $5 off here and there. On Etsy, it's tough, but hopefully.
Because you got to make a listing for every single combination. Yeah, that's not easy.
So,
Much better to have something that you could just have a bunch of suggestions of stuff that you want. That if you bundle them together as separate listings,
yes,
you get a deal.
like on
Makes
Amazon,
sense.
where you have actual suggestions that make sense, and you can put them all in
They
one
bundle,
cart,
yep.
and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, easier. So hopefully that will help a little bit. So I got the decks. They're right here.
Yeah, so put a pin in that. We'll have more Zodiac stuff coming up, but let's talk about the decks first.
Yeah, so we'll be making all kinds of combos, segue of decks for one. Just because we have 5 now, or 6 now. Wait, 5? Technically 6, because we have a Spanish deck version of the Get to Virtue, which was our first major deck that we made together. Oh my goodness, I'm not looking at the... Okay, yes, Gift of Virtue. Clarity deck. This is our little beaten up sample.
Yeah, no.
What?
Let's not go through the ones we've already done. Just the new one.
I know, I'm just kind of opening it, because I like to open at it. I like to open it and look at it. Yeah, Get the Virtue, then there's a Spanish version of that. Body Sense. That's the one you worked on with emotions, neurology, neuroscience. Why don't you just like hold yours? And you can hold yours just for fun.
We have videos
So
about
faithful.
all of these individually too if you want more information. And as always, go to studiopandemonia.com for full previews of all the decks and a full rundown of the concepts and stuff.
Yeah, we're not necessarily probably going to explain each one, but a little bit.
We're going to explain the new one.
Which one's the new one? This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't really done a video.
Yeah, it's
besides
just...
It's videos,
it's-
but we haven't done like a video about it as a product.
Yes. I mean, I made a bunch of videos about this deck, the Altar Oracle. That's what she's talking about. That's her newest deck. It's hard sometimes to keep track because there's so many decks we're working on in tandem that aren't published and aren't talked about. But like our mind is obviously on what we're working on. So.
But as far as they know,
So as
You,
far
the
as
viewer.
everyone else knows,
Yeah.
yeah, Ultra Oracle is the most recent one. It's been doing pretty well.
Mhm.
And
One of our most successful Kickstarters, definitely.
yeah, I mean, our Kickstarters usually tend to get better and better when we're doing a deck that's an Oracle deck.
Mhm.
Not to say all of our decks always win on Kickstarter.
No,
We're
I
human.
recently failed, and I'm still pretty salty about
Sorry.
it. But we will rebuild. We will try again.
Yeah.
We've had this year our first foray into
Mhm.
a card game rather than a card deck,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I think it was just a timing thing. So we will
Mhm.
run that again next year.
Yeah, we got attacked by bots basically.
The bots came
You
together.
know, I
yeah,
think
it
that's
was
fair
rough.
to say. It's not trustworthy out there sometimes. You know, in the
Yeah.
in the ways. and the
Kickstarter is
internet.
already we work
Mhm.
very hard to we have a very good track record. We have positive
Mhm.
feedback and reviews, and we have exceptional fulfillment time and all of
Mhm.
that. And we really try and go above and beyond. But of course, Kickstarter as a platform has its issues, and
Mhm.
trustworthiness overall is always a concern. So all
Mhm.
we can really do is try and protect our credibility.
Yeah,
through service.
everything nowadays basically the entry level for like a small business to like really advertise stuff out there and get it out there is like what is it $60,000?
Yeah,
For, like,
one
one
we got
thing?
a quote from a marketing firm that was very
A marketing firm that works with Kickstarter a lot, yeah. So like when you see those big Kickstarters that are asking for maybe 100K or like making
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of dollars, they probably spent at least
They're
60,000 of that just on advertising, which is incredibly wasteful. It's mind-boggling. We never want to do that.
No, so when you see us
No.
asking for $3,000 for a print run, like that's actually just to do the print. We're
We're not making any profit on any of that. Like we're trying to get
That's
it out
just
there.
to
We
bring
just
it
want
out
the
in the
print.
world.
We want the print so that we can try to sell it on Etsy, right? So
Yeah.
definitely help support us on Etsy. That's the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm. So talk about this is your labor
Yeah,
of love.
so this is my labor of love, Altar Oracle deity deck. Basically a synthesis of archetypes from around the world into like 72 deities. And yeah, I mean, this is research that really both of us have been doing since we met. Because we both have big mythological background and interest and whatnot, and you're pagan, and you were pagan, and you have been basically forever, and I have not, but I've been atheist for a long time, and I'm a researcher, and then I've been convoided to neo-pagan practice, so
We just can't help it. We just do pagan shit all the
Yeah.
time. It just happens.
yeah, and I've always been fascinated with like a kind of world mythology, and like syncretism between different perspectives, and kind of motifs and Jungian psychology, archetypes, that sort of stuff. Campbell, all these perspectives of seeing how we're all related and connected as human beings. Because I'm a pan-humanist, and this is kind of like a pan-human deck, and Pandemonia. It's really this deck was it's like the namesake of the business, really.
Yes.
That's actually what we decided to call the business, is based on the idea of pandemonium, which is all of these global deities that have been demonized and that are coming back into the world, being released and freed back into the world.
To put one note, I guess, into like the creative process and like how like the very original concept was kind of from a fun meditation exercise thing that we did, and it ended up heavily influencing the style of that.
Mhm.
And we did kind of a storytelling guided meditation about our fantasy philosophy world, which is called Xandria, which you'll hear much more about in the coming days. But when we started to play around with the landscape of this, and we've actually begun doing builds of this, we have a map of this. It's a whole.
We even play Minecraft to make it in Minecraft.
Yes, we have a whole Minecraft build of this.
Can't wait to do those videos.
Yeah, we go hard. Okay,
Mhm.
listen, when we're down, it gets ridiculous. So one of the actually playable Minecraft locations featured a shrine statue that kind of started this whole thing, where Josh kind of took that and ran with it and was like, no, actually, I think depicting these things as statues, and also all of the things that are kind of concerns with pagan statues, right? There's this concern about kind of like the marble whitewashing, you know, originally they were very vibrantly painted and looked very different in ancient times. Statues. And like there's been this kind of phenomenon of bleaching where like not only are the statues but also like Greco-Roman style things in general as being like very
they're
stark,
just marble
austere,
white. They're just
white. Better,
they're often broken.
Better than you.
They're often ruined too, which it's like
it just fuels this
there's this misconception.
About, the superiority of Western tradition and Western philosophy and all these, and it's like, we want to take that away. So one of Josh's main concerns when he's designing anything is color and psychology of color and like, conveying things vibrantly. So he wanted to show these statues with that lifelike quality, but also being kind of very obviously a statue, and I think he achieved that very uniquely with this deck.
Yeah, it's funny because what people in like what digital, like for movies, what's it called again? when in a movie, you're special effects, right? When people talk about special effects, they talk about the uncanny valley, right? Where stuff is just like it's not quite alive or human, and yet it's not quite fake, so it's like in that weird area. And so I probably misused that word when I say I feel like I was trying to hit that feeling with this deck. It's not exactly true because they don't look too creepy, but they look like statues that are alive, or like beings that are statuesque. There's a weird uncanniness about them that I wanted to go with because working with AI, of course, a very controversial subject potentially. I wanted to put something into it that wasn't just all the nonsense that's in a lot of AI. So like obviously we polished this in Photoshop quite extensively. I have a video on my channel where I go through the process of how I polish on Photoshop using generative fill and such. But basically, I wanted it to be statues because if it was just paintings, like some of our first iterations, it was just paintings, right? And concept art. I could never really quite get the details I wanted. I could never, you can't ask the AI for every detail. You just can't. You have to add things yourself at some point. And I very much like the tarot card designs that have specific Easter eggs and like symbolisms and whatnot everywhere. And so I liked using Photoshop to kind of generate and put little pieces and customize everything. And I think by having the statuesque kind of uncanny look, it's not something that could be painted. It's not something that you would want to paint, right? You wouldn't want to paint a semi-realistic statue thing. You would just make a thing. Yeah. Or you'd take a picture of a statue.
But all of this conceptualization is in preparation for potentially doing that. And, whether as game assets, when we do finally find a game that will support our development ambitions for making these shrines really visitable and usable. Or through STL files. We do have some quick note about things that we can't show in the video because they're not physical. But we have STL files available for some of our sculpted things. We've got our mandala pins. We don't offer molded anymore, but you are welcome to 3D print these files very inexpensively. We have junk journal files that are just for funsies. We have he's bringing the. We have this file.
Ooh,
is a full a full tutorial on how to make this thing out of foam for like a couple bucks to have your very own binder. Show it up close. Show the texture.
Here I am thinking that we have high def video right now.
No, we do not. Please buy us a camera.
Don't go too close because it'll be even fuzzier. Here's the Fire Elm foam. Oh, look at that. It shines really nice in that way.
Yeah, so if you've ever wanted a Book of Shadows or Grimoire that was actually had a binder built in, this is standard size office binder, and that way you can swap the pages out and add to it. I hate getting one of those like fancy leather bound books and then the second my pen touches the paper and my tragic handwriting comes out, I'm like, oh god, I ruined it forever. This was so beautiful, what have I done? So this is kind of a solution to that.
And you have those. Do you have these printable yet? Or
Not yet. This is another ambition. No, you can show it.
Ajwa Globo.
Yeah, I'm working on spellbook grimoire pages that are elementally based, so that's going to be
magic system basically. Yeah.
Yes, part of what will go into these binders is a downloadable. But we love working on stuff like that.
Esperanto right there.
Yeah, so that's kind of a little more on the magic-y fun side. We have some that's much more factual, research and study oriented. These ones were about.
Yeah,
Here, I'll just show some.
Yeah, yours. Right there.
I'll just run through them quickly. So we said we weren't going to be able to show you, and yet we have printouts, so we can. I did some research into different pagan traditions around the world and created these printables for you to use and learn different offerings to use in rituals or on your personal shrine. That these are available as a download. Very fun. And then also for educational purposes, we have printouts about crystals. We have about color psychology, and we're tackling a number of different topics one by one to expand on cool printables that are like a couple bucks. This one didn't print super great. Don't show that one.
Sorry, I'm watching the stream.
Don't do that.
That concurrent viewer is me. I'm sorry.
Do that. All the different colors. Colors are great. Go on.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh has been making these family trees.
Give me a second. I'm making sure. I was just checking the stream, make sure it's okay.
Oh,
all right.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Show them your trees.
So I, again on my channel, I kind of show off a lot of mythology stuff because I do that research for various mythologies, and I've been making these family trees. And this is an example of them. I have them, again, downloadable versions online, so you don't have to have my crappy paper. I'm not shipping you my crappy printed paper.
Listen, we've been over it. Posters, we're probably not doing physically. The tubes.
If you come to a live show, though, we basically give this away for free.
We give a lot away for free.
We give a lot of stuff away for free, yeah.
You will be treated well. Come see us.
That's true. Yeah, so we got, what do I have here? I don't know if everything's printed. We got Irish Pantheon.
4 or 5?
Yeah, I did the Irish Pantheon, Norse Pantheon. I did the Hittite Pantheon because it was the first video I did. And then I did Etruscan Pantheon. I don't have that printed right now, but it is available online.
I helped.
I think I did one more, didn't I? Maybe not. I don't think so. No.
You didn't do the regular Greek one or anything? Normal.
No, I didn't do a normal Greek one because I'm dumb.
He's got videos about it. Though. Go watch the video.
Yeah,
these go along with the, so it's kind of nice to have the visual aid. There's just such a precious little pagan art and representation of some of these deities. Just they have no images whatsoever.
Yeah, that was actually one of the inspiring reasons. Because working with AI, I had for my deck, wherever you hide it, it's gone. Okay, there it is. For my deck, I obviously took a lot of inspiration from trying to find various deities depicted in pantheons, to see what time symbology appears, how they tend to be portrayed in different cultures, and trying to synthesize those fusing those into one thing. It's very difficult, in part because some pantheons are very obscure and don't have any depictions. There are no artists out there, at least not putting it on the internet, that are showing off their art.
Yeah.
Or there's just not enough people who know about it to do so. And so
it's just not in a form that's there's stuff on Pinterest, but it's just kind of something you scroll past, and not something that is really informing you necessarily.
Yeah. So
I don't like Pinterest.
You don't like Pinterest?
Josh
I love
Pinterest.
Pinterest.
I like it. I don't love it.
Our Pinterest is doing pretty okay.
You can go on our Pinterest. It's got lots of dope stuff
Studio
on
Pandemonium on Pinterest. Go check it out.
I just, as a pagan, I don't find that to be... I hate when links end up there. It just, when I'm really doing research...
Links end up there?
Yeah, like when I'm researching any given culture and there's an image and it's like Pinterest, and I'm like, oh god, do I really?
Yeah, because
click
it's not
over
linking
there
to the actual
yeah,
original picture. Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, I much prefer. Maybe this is old school of me, but when it's like DeviantArt and it's like, oh, this is an entire person's body of work who's passionate about this pagan pantheon or is doing a series. Love that to bits. But when it goes to Pinterest, I don't like it. When it goes to Etsy, it's great, and I love all the people who are working on sculpture and just having so much more available. But I don't love Pinterest for that.
Well,
I don't think it's.
I mean, unless
quite
I'm
the same
pinning,
spirit,
unless I'm pinning other people's stuff for like my own research, because I have like a mythological, I put deity motifs, basically the same motifs that I have in this deck.
About his database.
I have a giant, I have a giant database on
It's so
Obsidian.
big.
It's ridiculous.
It's the biggest database you've ever seen.
Yes, it is. And then and the Pinterest is actually pretty freaking huge too in terms of the Zodiac of the Gods group collection, which has the inspiration for all of these just everywhere.
But one segue for that, we have gotten some feedback and we're taking it very seriously. And one thing that is also on our docket coming up is we have joined a really amazing community of a new app called Deckable, which is enabling us to create digital interactable versions for the phone. And this phone app, it's pretty good. It's not just this deck is now digital. It's got additional functionality that other apps just really don't have. It has an entire catalog.
Deck
I think he
on
said
your
they're,
phone, basically.
Yeah, they're up to a collection of like 800 decks that you can purchase and have in your personal collection. And they also do tokens of previews that you can have for a few days to kind of try a deck out and see if it's something you like. It's so much cheaper than collecting decks at like 40 or 50
and trying to have space for all that.
And having, obviously...
No, we get it.
Collections get out
Our
of hand.
collection is out of hand.
And if you're a reader or you're being able to use this on the go and just have it, it has really cool features with journaling and with being able to kind of create spreads and take screenshots, and it also has like a sharing function within it. So if you're trying to work on a mindfulness practice and like be like, this is how my day is going, or these are things I thought of when I was meditating, you would screenshot, send it to a person. Maybe that's your therapist, maybe that's somebody that you just talked to about your shadow work or whatever the case is, or you're trying to inspire someone, and you can mix and match and take these cards from tons of decks and create your collections. But it's a great, if you're unsure about any of our decks, I understand 50 is a pretty high ticket. So most of ours are going to be available for like 12 or 15 bucks to get digitally, and they'll come with their guidebooks, they'll come with all of that interactability. And you can take it for a spin, and if it turns out you just can't put it down, maybe you do eventually get a physical copy. But listen, inflation is insane. We get it. $10 is way less than 50. So
I mean, it's just cool. It's cool to have.
It's
We want
cool.
our stuff to be out there. Like, we don't care
Right.
if we're selling it at high price or whatever.
yeah, and we understand like it's not just that; it's the shipping. Like if you are
Shipping, yeah.
someone outside the U.S., we understand. Like
We
it's
don't
hard-
like having to pay shipping
is
sometimes
just
ourselves.
As much as the deck.
Yeah.
So getting a digital copy of our deck still goes straight to us, goes to support what we're working and researching on, and helps fill in the gaps where Kickstarter doesn't always cover. So
We just want people to know.
next week we're working on it, but very soon check out Josh's deck on Deckable, and we'll get all the other ones up there too. But we don't ever want anyone to feel shortchanged or anything. That's why we offer full previews, and we're very transparent about what the cards are like. We don't want you to get the deck and just be like, oh, this is what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, we show off all the cards on our website,
And videos.
StudioPandemonia.com.
But one piece of feedback that we did get is that the person was thinking that it would be more culturally based. We realized this one is a synchronizing of many different cultures, which is kind of the point. But we realized that there's kind of a demand and a need for artwork like Josh has been working on for the family trees, but in card form. So this new digital format is going to enable us to make entire decks that are for many different cultures, and not just be burdened with the print cost of like 1 million decks that we're never going to be able to get fully printed.
Which is incredibly fun for
It's
me.
huge. It's a huge.
I do it in my spare time of trying to look at.
Yeah.
I think my first experiment is the Yoruba deity, fire deity, Legba, Elegua, Ishu. He's Papa Legba in the voodoo tradition. I think Santeria is Legba. Yeah, and then Papa Legba is Haitian voodoo. So yeah, I mean, when making this deck, the intention was to be global, pan-human, and so the effect of integrating many different cultural elements is mixed, right? Essentially, like ethnically mixed as well as, you know, culturally and in terms of clothing and stuff. And so it has global motifs from Africa, from India, from East Asia and Europe and the Americas, but by integrating so many of those elements, sometimes people might not see every element because they're more, they're mixed. Right?
And also representation matters, and just having a deck that is a lot of these cultures that just don't have a lot of art is also like it's very high priority to us. So that's in the works right now of ones that will just kind of crop up, and so you can collect different cultures digitally and mix and match potentially in the form of an oracle deck. Josh also has had this concept of wanting them to be more trading card like, and we've wanted to try and figure out an affordable version for people
non-exploitative version.
Kind of create a mixed deck that if there's a card that we've all got those decks where like one card comes up and you're just like, you're not
hitting
it just
me.
Doesn't mean anything to you, but it's like in a tarot deck, obviously you need a complete set that's all the cards, but in an oracle deck, you could have more freedom to mix and match. So we're trying to keep the size all the same, format all the same, so that they are somewhat interchangeable and can be treated more like trading cards, where the deities that you connect with and resonate with you can arrange into a deck for yourself. And as you're connecting to more, maybe you pull a card and it inspires you to explore that a little bit more. And through booster packs, maybe that would be a more affordable way to kind of do that.
So,
and if one doesn't, you can give it as you can pass the torch and see if it resonates with someone else.
Yeah, someone else.
We love the idea of these cards just kind of being in circulation that way and create a dialogue and create a mode of exchange where people can have cool interactions over the cards rather than it just being kind of a kind of parasocial one-directional service,
which
where
a
you
lot
have
of
a reader
oracle
that's
deck
telling you what to do.
Yeah, a lot of metaphysical stuff really is like you go off into your corner in your house, your
Right.
collection. You don't really share it very much unless you're a reader. So yeah, I mean, bridging into mainstream culture in a way by having something like a trading card concept or feel, because a lot of people like. Sometimes I like the art of Magic the Gathering cards and find it inspiring, and then I don't care about the game at all. And I know about the company and how bad they are, and so I'm like, I'm not going to support them.
Right.
But like I've always loved Pokemon. Probably shouldn't say that out loud because apparently they're striking everybody. But but we can say
Pouch
it.
beasts.
They exist.
We have
Pouch
strong feelings about pouch beasts.
Yes, and I growing up with them, and I loved it. But like I didn't actually know how to play the game when I was a kid at all. I learned as an adult. I actually had to play it, or like as a probably a teenager or a young adult, and started playing. But mostly I just got it because they looked cool and they represent something subconscious. Like a lot of them are based on actual like kami monsters and demons and magical beasts and stuff. So I feel like that connected a lot with kids subconsciously. I think trying to. It's like with all cards. My idea of cards is that like playing cards are based on tarot cards, right? The suits are just translated differently. It was a way of secularizing or de-paganizing the tarot to make them playing cards that kings and queens were just messing around with poker cards. Yes, well, they are called playing cards, but sure, that's the general term. If you went on Wikipedia and said playing cards, yeah. Anyway, broadening into the general appeal of just like tarot and oracles could be games that people play. They could be trading cards that people trade and play.
There are board games that are incorporating that kind of mechanic more, and we just love it. I love the interactivity of it, and the idea of these trading cards, and that whole social aspect is kind of fascinating. So, long story short, that's one project that we're bridging into. That's where the decks are at right now. We're not going to go back over the ones that we've introduced before, but those are all available on our Etsy. That supports us directly. You can also be even more direct through our website, which we are working on making even bigger and badder and cooler all of the time. There's a super cool little quiz that I made. If you're not sure which deck is right for you, you can take the quiz.
It's cute.
It's cute. It works. I like that.
Yeah, Pottermore type thing.
You know, yeah, exactly. It's a Pottermore. We like that kind of stuff, so we're trying to lean into that.
Yeah, collecty, vibey, choosy, choicey type stuff. We like that. It works. I did want to mention actually the Astral Atlas, because this is another one of like our best sellers right now, and this was my first deck I made.
Popping off, that's true.
Yeah, so this is like an astrology kind of explanation deck, and it's just got zodiac.
That's Atlas holding up.
Atlas is holding up the world. Yes, he's a celestial, holding up the celestial sphere, not the Earth. That's not what he holds up. He holds up the celestial sphere of the constellations. He is a stellar god, a star god. Anyway, just trying to. No, he's not an Earth god. He's from space. No. There's a difference. Yeah, but okay. So this has a bunch of constellations in it, and it has planets in it, and then it's got the different modes and elements.
Very comprehensive guide.
Very comprehensive, and it also has cusp signs. But yeah, so that one's going
Josh
to
is
pop
going
up.
to be making a nice video soon about the cusp signs. And
Already did. Remember? Cusp signs. I just made it. I just made the cusp sign video.
You got it published already.
Yeah, I got my video on the cusp signs on my channel. It just came out. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. But I have a video on the Astral Atlas also about the celestials or the planets. So I've got 2 videos on that now. And then on the Altar Oracle one, I have like 12 or more. I did 12 last year when it was on Kickstarter. I just put a bunch of videos up of one of each zodiac sign, so one deity related to a zodiac sign. We're obsessed with the zodiac over here. We should maybe we can bridge into that with some of those or something.
You want to do that first?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So in working on zodiac stuff, of course I had to do a candle line because candles are kind of what I work on. And I have kind of held off on doing botanical elements because I wanted to really thoroughly test them and make sure they're safe. And so far these seem to be fine. So we have these kind of related issues. That one's not matching. I'll take this one.
Taurus?
Yeah, where I have collected and curated these giant jars of different herbal components. The spell jars for each sign of the zodiac themselves has crystals in them and different things that bring out the resonance and energy of the different signs of the zodiac. And then those same herbal components and kind of complementary ingredients have been incorporated into these lovely little botanical candles, and all of the scents in these tend to be more of, I guess, like your kind of typical classic metaphysical scents. Yeah, so
herby, vibey.
These are kind of like the hardcore super pagan kind of ones. And so far, a lot of people have commented like the scents do really resonate. It seems to be like something that they not always like would personally choose, but definitely like
they were like, "Yep,
yeah,
yep, that's basically me."
I really love it. And they've all got these cute wax seals on the top. So these are a real cute little gift.
We love our wax seals too.
They have tiny pumpkins, like tiny pumpkin in the Scorpio one. Of course, because it's like Halloween season, they got crystals and stuff. Scorpio. It's got all kinds of black tea and smells like berries. Really rich. This one's really rich. But even my mom, who doesn't agree with like any Scorpio stuff ever, was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good. It's all right." You know how she did.
She's
It's all right.
one of the most Scorpio people I've ever seen or met.
That'll do. That's fine. You want your Gemini?
Yeah, let's see Gemini.
I don't know if we're gonna go through all of them. But
No, you don't even go through everything.
you know, catch the
Here's a
vibe.
Gemini one. I mean, I don't even know what's in these. It's a secret. I mean, let me open it and smell.
You didn't like the smell.
Yeah, I mean, herbs, sometimes they can be overwhelming. It's almost like a, what's in it?
I don't. There's a whole list on the website.
On the website. Yeah, okay, well, really just a big blend. There's some quartz in here.
Yeah.
Um,
No, it's frankincense.
It's got that, yeah. It kind of the quartz almost part of the smell because it's like salty. You know
It's
that
not quartz, it's frankincense.
frankincense. Okay, sorry. It smells salt. It smelled salty though.
Yeah.
I feel like salt is okay. That kind of makes sense for Gemini. And then this one.
Yeah, those are actually resin crystals.
This one's got a little bit of a light flowery rain.
Yeah, it's got calamus root. I don't know, dude.
It smells like rain.
They're complex.
Rain pavement, like just rained, you know?
So those are kind of our more intensive pagan spellwork kind of things. And then in that same vein, we have also begun making different mixtures of witch's salt. Each one of these is a totally different, unique formulation. And you can get this set that's got a whole rainbow of the different salts layered together. Super cool. Purple. And they're very pretty. I went for kind of like a medium grade. I've seen like much finer and much coarser, but I went for kind of a medium because I thought that would be the most useful for incorporating with other things. They have this pretty mica powder sheen. So these colors are by and large mostly natural. Only a couple of them had kind of the blue, had a little bump of food coloring. But a lot of the witch's salt that you find online is really just salt with food coloring, which is not very magical. These are actually... I sat there with my mortar and pestle on the floor like a caveman, grinding them with love. So, if you want that love juju, these are available. Very affordable.
Mortar and pestle is so satisfying to use. Like, it's such a good stack. Like, you would think that chalk on a chalkboard, you know, I hate that sound. But, like, mortar and pestle, that little grinding, it's a very therapeutic thing to do, I think. So get a mortar and pestle and get some salt, like some hard salts, and then just grind it down into regular salt.
You got a big honk and chunk, and
there it
we
is.
weren't messing around. We have a really like thick marble one. This is not one of the little. Dude, I don't know my left from my right.
Yeah, right.
Hardcore. Pow pow. Yeah. So, I've really wanted to go deeper into my practice this year and dedicate myself to really doing the things, you know.
Doing all the good stuff. So what's next then?
The crystal ones.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the zodiac ones, which are also going to be available in the smaller, cute size, fun size. We're going to do a couple size comparisons because we've got the small party size for the Lord of the Rings.
I'll get the evolution.
Well, first, just like, so you can see the difference. The Zodiac line, we've also, in the interest of the birthday gift sets and the combos and stuff, we're going to have these much more fun, cute, collectible 4-ounce size versus our regular 8-ounce. So you can kind of see. Trying to keep things affordable, keep the cost down while giving the same quality experience. We totally understand $20 is a lot for a candle right now. These are all organic soy wax candles with soy sourced in the Midwest. We use only the finest ingredients, low VOC.
We got some good crystals too.
Petroleum free. Yes.
Very good crystals you put in a lot of these guys right here.
Yes, these are our
Let's show the crystals.
elite line. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I redid all of the labels recently, so they've all got brand new stickers that evoke the theme.
Talked about the pouch.
Yes, the pouch beast.
Pouch beasts.
Pouch beast.
Wink, wink.
Do not be deceived. This is not a Pokemon. It's a pouch beast. Show them the picture.
Evolution. I don't know if that reads the. Does that read the right? It does read the right way.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Sometimes flipping the camera. But yes, lots of crystals.
That one's weird. It's like a basil cucumber, cool, fresh rain kind of.
That cucumber makes sense.
It's intense. It's a very lush smell. So.
Yeah, it smells like rain again.
Mm-hmm.
Got some rainy blue ones.
So
here.
each of
Last two.
each of these crystal infused line is has a particular intention. That's kind of what I centered on. And so the color psychology, the crystals that were selected, the fragrance, and the theme have all been carefully coordinated to a given intention.
This one's cool.
Yeah.
It's got the
Dark gray.
crow
They've
kind
all
of.
got real crystals. We've been moving
skull
towards
in there.
incorporating a lot more carved crystals. because they're dope, and why not? So that one has
Yeah, whenever we
carved
go
rose
to our
gold.
little shows, we check out some crystal shows, right? Try to find the goodies.
Yes, we try
Good
to curate
special
and find the very coolest ones.
Wisdom.
You gotta do this one.
Yeah, do it. Do the poppy ones.
Key cat.
I just like to smell our stuff. I like to smell the
This one's
candles
very
all
popular.
the time.
It's got a little onyx black cat, and I don't know if it's bright enough to really see. They've all got some cute glitter, and it'll have a crystal chip and then a focal crystal, and in a scent blend that complements, as I said, the intention. So this one's mystery, and it's blackberry ozone. It's really good.
Kitty cat.
I don't usually like fruity berry ones like too much, but that one's pretty good. And originally, well, I should grab one that goes more with that. But originally, these candles were inspired by like a body part or like a magical bit from particular legendary beasts or mythical creatures. And so this is one of the OG first ones I came up with, which is Clarity is the unicorn horn. Because when I was little, I had this, it was one of the coolest things. My mom always got us the cool stuff. It was a game where it had these little flags that you would put on the door handles of different rooms in your house. And you would coordinate them with different locations in this, like, story that you could play on a cassette tape, right? It was like reading you the story. So it was kind of like a choose your own adventure, but it had a little recording. And it came with a bunch of kind of little interactive things to do with things in the story. And one of the things that happens, spoiler, sorry if you go and find this game on eBay somewhere or whatever, and I'm about to ruin it for you. But one of the things that happens is the water hole or whatever gets poisoned. And you have to take a sugar packet, which is ground up unicorn horn, and you have to go clarify the well, right?
Wow.
With the sugar pack. Yeah, it's the whole thing.
So
And of course it was always the
unicorn horn is
bathroom.
sugar? It's like sugar cane then?
In this game it was.
Interesting.
No, but obviously they couldn't put any, it's for kids, but so
I
the
kind of
unicorn
like
horn.
the idea though. That it's just a big candy horse.
Candy horse. In our case, the unicorn horn is selenite, and it's actually a pendulum that you can take out of the candle and clean off and use for divination. So we try to make each of these kind of functional, and that's cocoa butter cashmere. In case
I'll just do it quick. I'll do a quick like.
you're
I
just
think I
gonna
can
bring
bring
it
the
over?
whole thing over here.
Okay, good job.
Callie has created so many things, so like if I can, try to.
Don't throw them on the floor.
That's too close.
Mhm.
Yes, I'll try not to drop them on everything. This is precarious, but yes, these are a few of some of your first ones here.
The dragon heart,
Mm-hmm.
the phoenix feather. This one's really dope. You gotta show
Yeah.
them.
Oh, geez, there's the bismuth.
Yeah, well, it's actually a black tourmaline that's been
It's a
electroplated.
tourmaline, huh?
It's a tourmaline,
It looked like a bismuth.
but it's
Everyone
like
loves
rainbow shine. Yeah,
that. Mm-hmm.
it's like bismuth. I'm sure the process similar.
So yeah, that's one batch.
Yeah.
You got so many batches. Yeah,
Yes.
there's three groupings here.
Mm-hmm.
Quickly show this one. I think we showed enough of the third one. But here's another one. Quick reference. All these, of course, are on our shop
Mm-hmm.
in a big, endless drop-down menu
Mm-hmm.
on Etsy. So,
So much fun.
if you like crystals and you
Oh, this
like
one's
good-smelling things,
Very important. The
this will be
frog.
the one. Yeah, I like the frog one.
The frog is a symbol
Fortune.
of fertility and opulence in Chinese mythology, so you get a little divination coin in a brass frog. We have a molded version of the frog, but there were complaints that he was too cute. So
Yeah.
moving right along, I'll show him. We have of course, Halloween is coming up, so we have our fall line, and we have cute things this year. We sold out last year of these little guys. If you want to show him, the bestseller, the crowd pleaser. Look at this little guy right here. He is a molded
Froggy.
frog in witch's brew scent, and he comes with this whole cast iron smudge pot that you get to use after. And these are extremely reasonable. You would have to spend the same to just get the pot.
And we got a pretty heavy pot here of this is cast
the
iron,
lid.
right?
Yep. Same
And
manufacturer.
on the lid, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
He's hanging out in there.
I was worried it would be a little too morbid? But
Oh.
Josh assured me that it's pretty. He's fine.
It's
He's
cute.
fine in there.
No,
He's just
we had some
peekaboo.
people at the last show say, "Oh no, it's pretty cute.
Yeah.
It's fine. He's really cute." Like,
He's not.
as
being
long as the
cooked.
reaction to like opening up it is like, "Oh my god, so cute," instead of "Oh my god, what?"
And then we also have little plastic. I love these things. They remind me of from the Wishbone Halloween special. They had these little things. I love them.
Wishbone.
Wishbone. But they
Reference.
come with a cute little wax
Millennial.
seal, cute little gift. And these are wax seals for melter, just in case your apartment doesn't let you set stuff on fire in your apartment. And they've got little Eye of Newt, little newts, little snails. Snails. And most importantly, little froggies. Little froggies. And it's kind of like a fall mix. It's got like a cidery one, and it's just very cozy. Yeah. So those are new this year, very special. Go get them. We have a limited amount. And when they're gone, they're gone.
We're going dungeon meshy now.
Should we do that, or should we do the rest of the wax melts?
Dungeon meshy. Let's stay on
Okay.
topic. So this is another compatible with spooky season.
I'll just go show them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
We love Dungeon Meshi. It's a great show.
It's a great anime that's coming on Netflix right now.
Mhm. So we've been doing a lot more tin candles by popular demand. Very durable, affordable, great value, very long burning. Look at
And we got
the pumpkin guys.
that was a
with the soup
challenging
in
one
it,
to make.
the
right
walkie
there, the picture.
mushrooms. This one smells like pumpkin spice. This one
Mhm.
smells like apple bourbon orchard something.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Yeah, and these we got the it's not cursed at all.
The mimic.
Mimic
Yeah.
chest, and then we got some dragon meat, eat or be eaten. This is our idea of what the dragon beefy
Yeah, this
smell
is like
would
a
be
mesquite barbecue. This one's kind of weird, and then
Mm.
this one's like caramel corn. Can't carnival corn.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Like
It's weird.
we have meat.
didn't show his
we have
face,
meat
but it's-
candles.
we have meat candles.
flavored candles.
Yes.
Okay. They are actually delicious.
Some.
Like
Wow.
some of them are disturbing,
It's
but in a good way. Like in a way that like if you showed your friend when they came over, they'd be like, "Oh my, what?" You
The
would blow
bacon's
their
pretty
mind.
fun, but the steak one, people are
Yeah,
torn
it's-
about, I think.
It's great. Yeah, we have another steak one here. Cause yeah, if you wanted to bridge into
I think we should do these ones first.
Okay.
just a couple of them.
yeah, we got
Um,
wax melts, more of them.
Yeah. Back for the apartment thing, not being able to set things on fire. We're working on getting a better source for the actual melters right now because, of course, being able to buy the set would be more convenient. We use like a plug-in. Oh my god, this one's so good. We use like a plug-in one in our bathroom primarily. This is buttered popcorn, and they actually look like little corns.
Yep.
You get a whole thing.
So it's mini food,
It's mini food, yeah. Teeny
and it's
corn,
some of the best mini food
Also
like ever
made with
because it
the same
smells
quality.
really good.
Soy wax. The problem is, like, a lot of the, yeah, you can get them cheaper at Walmart, but they're paraffin, and they're kind of gross and sticky, and I kinda,
Yeah, a lot of the oil-based stuff that you get at a store. I don't even like it anymore. I can't do it anymore. It smells too artificial
good
and,
for
and
you.
oily. We got fruit salad. That's important.
Fruit salad.
Yummy, yummy. Right?
Yes.
Yes, we are millennials. I think you're too old actually for that
I
one.
didn't get the
But I got a little bit
We
of
watched
the
the
wiggles,
documentary,
honestly.
so it was very
This is
cool.
dragon fruit one too. So you got a bunch of different ones that are like
Lots of
different fruit combos, and then you got
This is our best seller.
That's my
is
favorite.
Second Breakfast, which we'll use as the segue into our Lord of the Rings line. Unfortunately, we don't have the tomato part yet. We're still working on sourcing that. But you get actual real bacon chunks that
Mhm.
smell like bacon. You get your cutie little waffles with the butter pats.
Those are adorable.
Yes, and the syrup. You get your little small eggies that smell. Of course, we couldn't find like an egg oil, so these ones actually smell like orange juice, which is kind of probably better if you think about it. Little toasts, all
Jelly
kinds
toast.
of little jelly toast,
See the jelly on there.
cute little foods.
Can I have a little smell of the?
Just smell, and there's little
The whole
coffee
thing.
beans in there, so it just gives like the whole
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
mood of
Gosh.
breakfast. Yeah.
And the waffle, man. I love the waffle smell so
Second
much.
breakfast. Don't skip
Yeah.
it. Very important.
You know, you started the whole candle thing with coffee candles,
Mm-hmm.
right? because foodie smelling stuff, aromatic foodie stuff. That's what candles should smell like. They always smell like flowers and like they're always like a landscape.
Coffee ones.
Mm-hmm.
These are still
Yeah.
available, but
Yeah,
they're difficult and unwieldy to take to shows and stuff. They're quite heavy, and so.
Mm-hmm. But that was the beginning. That's
phasing
that's an
those
original.
out.
That's an OG, and then we evolved to this point, which is crazy. And just the sheer immensity. Within basically a year, I think you started doing candles last year, and then in a year
Cozy
you're like
fall.
an expert.
I love this one. Cozy chestnut. We
Chestnut.
unfortunately I haven't been able to find we sold out of the ceramic pumpkin ones. This was the best that I could find. Just like cute acorns.
Acorns are cute.
I only have a handful. Go ahead and get them. But yeah, I guess to segue from the second breakfast, our biggest and most prolific thing right now is the Lord of the Rings line. So I don't know if you want to talk about our background in Lord of the Rings or your background or.
What's our background in Lord of the Rings? I don't know. I mean, I've done a video on it. We
He's
love
done a
it.
good video.
Who doesn't love it? I mean, it's a big part
He
of my
goes a lot
background.
harder on like the philosophy of it.
Yeah, the philosophy and the mythology of it. I did have a video on my channel again about tokens, the influences of tokens mythology in actual real world pagan ideas and deities. But yeah, I mean, I'm wearing a shirt right now of.
This is available.
This
too.
is available too. I'm wearing merchandise here.
Get up, show them.
Potatoes.
And of course, as
Boiled
you
mashed
saw
stick on a
earlier, Potato is the name of our cat.
That's Taters.
Dash
Taters
named
is
him
named
from
after
the-
that scene. My friend, when we were watching Lord of the Rings for the millionth time, back in like 2012, when Taters was a wee lad baby, and he didn't have a name yet, and we were just like trying to think of a name, and we're like, Taters! That's the name. That's the right name, and he looks like potatoes too, so it makes sense.
It's really funny because people describe like, oh, my cat is a potato. Like, no, for real, our cat is.
He's
a potato.
Taters.
That's what he is.
He's a tater.
But basically,
But yeah.
just Lord of the Rings has become such a big line and so important to us
For us.
because it takes us back to a place of coziness and to camaraderie, and
I don't even know if I
there's
like
a
it.
wholesomeness to Lord of the Rings that other things just don't have.
Mhm.
And yeah, so we both feel
Potatoes.
pretty strongly about it, and it's kind of out of control, and I'm gonna continue
Yeah.
to do so.
Yeah.
People like collecting all the different smells. It started out as a line with just like that was one of the OG ones, was the potato ones.
Potato.
It's supposed to smell like French fries.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of more like a baked potato
Almost
with
baked.
butter, but it's salty.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Would you really want a potato smelling candle? Like, yeah, I feel like if you ask yourself.
If you actually have a baked potato, you do want it. I mean, I just smelt it again, and I think it's getting better every time.
I've been adding more butter.
You've been
I mean,
adding
that's
more
what
butter.
you have to do to
Yeah.
potatoes to make them better anyway, so that's not
Yeah,
really a shock.
yeah. And maybe chives. That would be good. If it had a little bit.
I'm
of,
working on
That would
getting
be
garlic and chives and some of those
Ooh.
weird smells, but it kind of started as me approaching, I guess, a more masculine energy candle, or thinking about, you know.
Food.
Well, first of all,
Every guy loves food smell.
I hate flowers. I don't like floral.
Mhm.
I used to work in the floral industry.
And it
So
ruined it.
that's always been challenging with candles. It
Mhm.
really turned me off to all that. So I started with food as far as like the ice cream candles. But I started to think more about like, okay, well, what's a candle that's a little more unisex or perhaps a more masculine energy? And I thought of the age-old male bonding experience of smelling something weird and then demanding your best friend come over and smell it and go through whatever traumatic experience that is together.
Oh, yeah?
Right? Very
Is
important.
that
So
what
I wanted
we
to
do?
recreate
Okay.
sometimes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I wanted to recreate that experience of like, here,
Mhm.
smell this. What is this? So I wanted to pick things that were very different from like what you would find in a store, and I started sourcing all
Mhm.
these truly bizarre things: the pepper steak, the potatoes, and the bacon, the bread. Those were all kind of like the original set, and we just kept like adding and expanding.
Nice crispy bacon.
Nice
Lambas
crispy
bread.
bacon.
Second breakfast. That's the one we have out here right now.
Yeah, this is brand new.
That's now one of my very
This
favorites.
is second breakfast, different from the wax melts. It doesn't have like the coffee and all those
Mhm.
other things. It's a blueberry scone, maple tea kind of tea time kind of breakfast. Love it.
Yeah.
It's so good. So good.
blueberry. We had
Have
some
no
blueberry
idea.
muffins this week because we got some. We were like, we want some blueberry muffins, and we have them for breakfast. And it was
We
like,
don't have one.
really
The
good.
lambas bread is available in both wax melt form. This is the first one we came up with,
Mhm.
and then usually we also have a tin candle. We're restocking this
That's
week,
right here,
but you
yeah.
can get a
Mhm.
pair of these cute little wax melts all tied up with the little leaves and stuff.
Mhm.
Super cute, and they smell like
Yeah.
honey cornbread, which I didn't know, but
Yep.
nerd boy over here.
According to
cornbread.
the lore, the Undying Lands of Valinor, or Valinor, apparently. You have to say it with a rolling R every time.
Like an intense one.
Valinor. They similar to, I guess, the Earth, the Western Hemisphere, the Americas. Valinor has corn. That's where corn is native to in their lore, maize, and so this bread is made from Lord of the Rings equivalent of corn,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's cornbread.
Mm-hmm. It
And
smells really good.
That's why it's so filling and so like a deeper part of the lore. The kind of assumption in the movie is that they're kind of bland and boring, because I think at some point Sam complains about it, but actually, actually according to the lore, they're not just like practical. They actually have a spiritual power to them. They like uplift your spirits. And that to me is like cornbread, being from Minnesota, from the Midwest. It's like that's what cornbread is.
Loves cornbread.
It brings up
But
your
he
spirit.
does
I
it
love
weird.
corn.
He does it weird. He puts honey on it. It's not sweet. You put listen,
This is
Michigan
weird.
people, maybe you understand. Okay, when you make chili, you make corn muffins. You put the corn muffin in the chili. It goes with chili.
It's pretty.
You put garlic or
like,
jalapeno. You don't
look,
put.
I tried it. I tried it since you introduced it to me, and that is pretty good. I'm not gonna say it's not good. I will say it's a little
He
overfilling.
wants it for dessert.
I think it's a
he's
little
over
too
there
much.
like.
Yeah,
Drizzling.
for me, and okay, they got really good. I'm gonna shout out another company. I'm gonna shout out Lunds and Byerly's in Minnesota. Okay, that is a great shop. They have not only the best wild rice soup, but they also have
He says
probably the
mine
best
gets
cornbread.
close.
What's that?
He says mine gets close. I have tried to replicate the
Yeah.
recipe, but
Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to that creamy, perfect texture that it has. But yeah, the cornbread there, it's like so warm and melty and like wet. It's like what cake's supposed to be like. We're talking about cake, like coffee cake. It's just a little. It's really wet and moist and good. But if you put honey on that, yeah, I think it's delicious.
we went really hard in a video about the spiritual significance and cultural significance of corn,
Of
its
different
evolution, all kinds of stuff.
Mhm.
Go check out that video on this channel.
Staple
And
crops
we're
around
gonna
the
go
world.
into more nonsense with that at some point. But yeah, it was kind of fun to collaborate on that as far as like lambas being kind of a significant thing, and also like I can't keep it in stock. It's flying off the shelves. People love that one. So the tin version.
Yeah, we got
Up
so
on
they
the
got
list.
king's foil. That's another. That's
King's
a
foil's
weed.
new.
That's a weed. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one
I
we
started
got.
taking the hint and making some that were better just like smelling as candles and less neat.
Yeah. That one's a little more flowery.
Yeah, I got some floral ones going. Both of these are floral.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, these are new.
These are brand new
You're
this
like,
week.
fine, I'll do floral.
Fine, I'll do flowers. Listen, but I'll do flowers my way.
So this one is Home is Behind the World Ahead, and it's supposed to be more of like a summery meadow. It's more of like a sunflower. It's got more of a heliotrope kind of smell to it. It's very nice.
Whoa.
Oh, these lids don't want to stay.
Oh my goodness.
And then this one is King's Foil. That's a weed. The Athelas. Josh did a design for a T-shirt of Athelas that we have available on Redbubble. If you're interested in any stickers, T-shirts, anything, aprons.
Athelas numenora. It's like a play on a Latin name for a plant. Anyway.
The potato is available as an apron, and so many people are buying that on Redbubble that we're thinking about
apron.
introducing it for real.
Yeah, maybe we should get some potatoes
Honestly,
aprons.
super fun. I love.
They
the
are
idea
fun.
of
I
that.
like people that wear aprons when they're cooking too. Like it's just that's
The vibe.
that
The
they're
dad
taking
vibe.
it seriously. You know.
Dad
They're
grill
like,
vibe with
I'm
the
in it.
potatoes.
Yeah.
This is another one, the hottest one. This is kind of more back in that unisex,
Oh,
masculine.
wonder.
This is a very deep, rich, kind of redwood forest, and all of these come with the super cool crackling wooden wicks that make the whole room so warm and cozy, and just add a little ambiance and burn for a nice long time, and they're great.
Yeah, and that one's often sold alongside or with There and Back Again, which is the booky smelling one. You don't need to show every single.
I want to show
maybe.
some of them.
Yeah, you can show some of them.
This one.
Obviously.
This one, though. This is, you've been into Farmer Maggot's crops, and it
Yeah.
smells like a vegetable garden. It's very strange.
Uh-huh.
And this is, one does not simply, I can't with this. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at direction. One does not simply walk into Mordor. And let Josh tell you what this is like.
In our search to find the smell of
What does Mordor smell?
we were searching to find the smell of pizza, and we've gotten many pizza smells that are pizza smells, and we were like, that doesn't smell like pizza. And like this particular one, it smelled to us kind of like brimstone, or
It's
like
more like a burnt focaccia. It's
like
very herby. It's
like a
kind
burnt
of
pizza.
campfire-y.
maybe
Yeah,
a
it's
burnt
like a wood
pizza,
fire
like a
pizza.
wood fire pizza. Yeah.
It's not unpleasant, but like this might not be the candle that you buy. Okay, don't come at us if you buy this candle and you're like, yeah, my whole house smells like Mordor. It's on the label. It says what it is.
Smells.
Okay.
It
We're not
smells
trying
like
to deceive
Mordor.
you.
I don't know. It smells like Mordor, and it's got that little bit of sweetness. You know, maybe it's the way orcs smell. Maybe they smell like burnt pizza.
But back on the more pleasant, we've got remember the taste of strawberries, that sweet moment between Frodo and Sam, and it comes in pints. Very popular, very rich beer smell. Now listen,
Yeah, that's a
Josh
good
was
beer
really
smell.
picky. He doesn't drink beer.
I
He
don't
couldn't
drink
care
beer.
less about beer, but his father
No alcohol.
microbrews, and so he's been exposed to kind of the brewing process, and he had a very particular smell that he enjoys from the malts. Yes.
I don't like the hops. They're very bitter, and I don't even like the smell of it. But the
So-
malt process of I think it's just it's like grain almost. This malt is part of the wheat, right? Honestly, it smells almost like cornbread. I'm not gonna lie. It's got that really sweet, delicious.
This is the
Taste.
library kind of smell, and old book smell, basically. They're back again. It's not focusing. I'm so sorry. Very good seller. Tobacco bay leaf is like old
That's
Toby.
my favorite. Yeah.
Finest pipe weed in the South Farthing.
I also don't smoke, but that smells.
This is
delicious.
brand new. This is an experiment from me, which is Buckleberry Fairy. It's nuts. I love it. It's like
It
it's
smells like reeds.
it's like it's wet. It smells wet, but yeah, it's like rain
Reeds on the
barrel,
side of a-
huckleberry.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It works.
Somebody please come with me on this. I like this one. I want this to be our bestseller. Come on, Buckleberry Fairy. It's an iconic moment.
Yeah, we find whatever excuse we can to make delicious smells, to justify delicious smells. If people would just buy delicious smells in and of themselves, then we'd sell them that way. But because people tend to buy these days things that are IP related, this is how we do. This is our
And
compromise.
to compare again, this is, the regular size, the 8 ounce, and then we have the super fun size baby. We've been getting a lot of requests to be able to use these candles as like party favors, and people will buy a bunch of them to give away, I guess, at like a dinner party or a Hobbit themed party, or perhaps if you're having a Lord of the Rings type wedding and doing a DIY. These are available in a 6-pack. For like $32 or whatever. Get 6 of them. You can get same flavor, different flavors, but just kind of these cute little ones. And these labels are fully customizable if you want to like put your guests' names on it, or if you're doing it for like a wedding shower or something like that. We would be happy. All of these are custom designed by me regularly, so you're welcome to hit me up if you want something in particular. We're happy to make your special day all the more special.
In fact, for this video, if you have a suggestion of what type of idea from Lord of the Rings or anything else, or what smell you wish that there was a candle about there, leave a comment and suggest, and we will probably make it ASAP. And send you a comment and be like, we made it. It's the thing now. Go get it. Anybody.
We're getting excited for the Rohirrim anime.
Yeah.
Very, very excited.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing some kind of Rohan themed ones and some more like horsey cowboy stuff, leathery things. So if you have any suggestions, yes, please drop them.
Yes.
To wrap up the last couple of ones, this one's actually a Harry Potter one.
It's the first and last Harry Potter one we've done. Butterbeer. trying to open it a little bit so we can see the
It's so
fluffies.
yummy. It's
Fluffies.
it's like from
Ugh,
Universal Studios.
yes, it
It's
is.
like a creamy,
It's so cream. It's like pure cream.
butterscotchy like
Yep.
cream soda. It's really yummy, and it comes in this cute little upcycled container. Which
And we got you got the
and it's
little
got the seal.
Harry Potter seal
The
on there,
Hogwarts seal.
actual Hogwarts seal.
Listen, I throw seals on anything I can find an excuse to put.
Yeah, we love
But finally, the piece de
it.
resistance.
Oh, Our
These
volcano
volcano candles. This is the Lord of the Rings edition, which is actually Mount Doom. It smells like chocolate, like
Yes.
cinnamon chocolate. It's really
Mount Doom smells like chocolate.
Yes.
Just
The
so you know.
Mordor smells like
Pizza.
not good, but this smells delicious.
Pizza and chocolate.
And there's actually one ring to rule them all inside, and there are many different sizes available, so you can get it to fit if you're sending this as a
Where's that ring?
super fun. I don't know if I have one loose.
You don't have a loose ring. They're all buried inside of
they're all
Mount
embedded.
Doom.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as the candle melts, we have some fun videos on our Instagram and on the Etsy listing of what that looks like. The black exterior melts away to reveal a molten orange center, and eventually it opens up to reveal the one ring to rule them all.
Out in the middle.
As how does the flame bit go?
The flame bit.
The writing, which was once as red as flame or something.
I don't know. I think you're poeticizing that.
No.
I don't know if there's a specific poem that
There's
says
a
the
line that's about the
Probably.
writing on the ring. Listen,
Okay.
you guys correct
I know
us
the
in the
lining
comments
itself.
about
Yeah,
this.
correct
You
us.
know, when he
Prove me
throws the envelope in the fire to reveal
Yes.
the black speech.
He does say.
He
what-
says
how
some
does he
stuff
say
about it was something as red flame. I don't know, dude. We do to emulate that. There's a glow in the dark version. I don't get them very often, but we have some available. And then there's like the silver and the classic gold in different sizes.
Yes. So, go back and watch if you're here now. Some of the stuff that we talked about already with when it comes to these specific Lord of the Rings candles
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. Yeah. So what's next? Did you talk about the kitty cats? It'd be quite a different.
No, I talked about that already.
Yeah.
We're busy.
When I was fixing the audio and the
I
stream,
think we're ready to wrap.
ready to wrap. Mm-hmm.
Are there any future plans that
Mhm.
we want to divulge besides what we have already, or go watch our Nemesis series to see more about our
Mhm.
upcoming deck. We talk about our creative process and inspiration for the
Mhm.
different monsters. That's kind of our Halloween project, and you've seen kind of our
Mhm.
fall line. This is it for the fall line. Please buy those things. Like, seriously, we
You're
had
trying to sell 'em out.
well, we had. I did a lot of things for Halloween last year, and they kind of sat. Unfortunately, I am
So
very.
about the frogs though.
You know,
Mhm.
we did sell at the frogs, but like I'm very. It's Halloween all the time. Goth, like I
Yeah.
always want it to be. It's always pumpkin spice, but everybody
It's
didn't
always
really feel that way. So we have quite a few clearance items as far as like
Oh yeah.
the pumpkins. Yeah, we've got some real
Oh.
cute pumpkins.
Make sure that doesn't fall over
It's
too much.
gonna go fine. It's fine.
I'll just take it away.
You can take it away. Take it away.
We have catnip.
I already said
Catnip.
Scooch.
Yes.
Yeah, we got super cute pumpkin ones. Pumpkin
Mhm.
spice, of course. So we've the container ones sold out and the frogs sold out. So I got more
Mhm.
frogs.
Everybody
this
loves
year.
frogs.
Everybody likes the frogs. I got
These ones right
this one's
there.
not listed. This was just kind of I was experimenting with stripey technique. So he's not listed, but I can also do things like that if you ever have a specific need and like something but want it to be a little bit different. Listen, we're a small business and we're down, we're fun. So
Mm-hmm.
never hesitate to shoot us a message on Etsy if
Mhm.
you want something to be available
Mm-hmm.
in a different quantity. If you have a party coming up or you need something, we're the designers. So
Yeah.
we can't necessarily go and design an entire tarot deck,
Mm-hmm.
or could we?
Or could be. Oh, for somebody's
We
idea.
we have some design services available. Also, if you're looking for
Yeah, we're trying
arts.
to move into helping other people get decks that they want out there too, and we can become maybe a publisher one day. That would be interesting. Pandemonia is pandemonic.
That's the
it's
ultimate
crazy.
ambition. Yeah, is to empower more people to self-publish and perhaps become kind of a
Mhm.
purveyor
But this is kind of the size we're at right now. This is a huge bump up from the last video. As you can see, we've been quite busy. I think that.
Yeah, we had an update. What was that, 23 or 22? I don't remember. We did a shop update, and this is, I guess, another shop update for 2024. Is it 2024? I can't even tell anymore. I think so.
But we're hoping to do this on a more regular basis as far as being in tune with the holidays. You'll get to see kind of the holiday selection. We didn't have anybody in the chat, so we're not.
Nice teacup.
Yeah.
Chat, thank you.
What?
Thank you for hi.
Hi.
Oh, this teacup. Nice teacup. You.
Oh, me? Yeah, I've talked about this one in another video. This is Mesere Ceramics. They do mugs. Yeah, all kinds of different. These are their original designs. They've got all kinds of fantasy creatures, animals. They're busy today at the Michigan Renaissance Festival.
Yep.
But they have an Etsy store also. I don't know if I have their business card handy, but Josh will bring.
I'm just getting my mug.
It's kind of, these are what we call frienders. You know, they're friends, but they're also vendors. It's kind of nice having a tight community of.
Yeah, so these just so happen to be other people that are vending like us, that make these. So yeah, these are the ones I got. Oh my gosh, I can't get holding two. I'm just like this way.
Someday we will be good at this.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I got Dragonfly.
We're not the HSN hand models that we aspire to be. We need like a turntable. We need better lighting. We need a lot.
Camera.
But it's kind of fun. You know, HSN is, I think, kind of more of a boomer thing a little bit, but we kind of aspired to try to create a similar experience. So in the future, when we do a better job of marketing and being on time and all of the above, and we've got more people in chat, we'd be happy to answer questions live about the particular products and kind of
take
create
suggestions.
more back and forth. And like I said, so catch us for Samhain. We're going to do this again. I will post about it on our website, and maybe we'll get a couple more vendors to tag along. Of course, Ren Fair season will be over by then, so they won't have that excuse. But maybe
Samhain in that's Halloween, right?
Yeah, it's basically Halloween.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like, in my old grove, typically we would do holidays on the weekend following to make sure that everybody could attend. Yeah. So I don't know if we're going to keep that tradition up. Obviously, this is not like on the dot the day of equinox. So they'll be like around it, and I think we'll try to maybe keep it to Sundays to be as accessible as possible for everyone. Bear in mind, you know, having to go and do trade shows may keep, you know, the vendors who are free and available to do this limited, but we're hoping to stream more footage from those live events and just kind of make them, you know, give you a sneak peek into them and show and just
I'm not sure if you exactly explained it. Maybe in the beginning of the thing.
I did in the beginning.
In my own words.
People here now.
Yeah. On my words, I would say we're trying to have events like this live stream be something that many shops can do at the same time, and have like a place where they all go and they can link to all these different shops and check them out as though you're in person at a vending show, and you can interact directly with the people who are vending, and then you can go to the shop while we're showing stuff, and you can look at the listings and buy the listings, and if you have any questions when you're looking at them, ask us, and we'll be able to answer and point out stuff and go grab other products wherever they are, because we have boxes over there.
And if we get spicy enough, we might like wrap your order in person and like
that would be
extra
fun.
Stickers and stuff.
It'd be like, oh, this person just bought this. We're gonna wrap it up and put some special stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
be able
normal.
to do like on-stream bonuses like they do on jewelry television. We're like, we'll throw in.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, why not? I'm like throw in a few little fun things, or like ask. We can ask if they want something. Yeah, it's not like we do this every day. Obviously, we package our own orders as a small business.
Yes.
So like having it be something that would be more like this. And I think in the future we would probably. I think we already went to about 2 hours. Honestly, I'm not sure.
I'm sure we did.
What it's saying, but.
Yeah. But basically, it's called Emporium, and our concept is to sort of have this festival or Ren Fair type walking map that is kind of Neopetsy style, that you'll be able to click on the tents of different vendors and go and catch their stream live and hang at each one for a while and kind of see what they're about. So you have your kind of your ones to pick and choose from, and we just have kind of an established tradition of the 8 times a year we have these holiday festivals. Sometimes there's like seasonal offerings, or we'll probably dress up for Halloween, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if the cat will dress up because I've really struggled.
Taters doesn't like
I
being
want to
dressed
get
up.
him. Well, that it's not about.
Cats
what he
don't like
wants.
being dressed up.
It's not about what he wants. I want to get him
Yeah.
a little magician cape because he's actually this one. We kind of designed the.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
He's
this is potato.
I mean, Taters is the cusp of Aries and Taurus, which is we call Phoenix,
That's
and
him.
this looks just like him. Yeah.
We need to
See,
get
it's
him
like a
little
light
cape.
potato,
Yeah.
potato color.
Yeah.
The inside of a potato, maybe with some butter on it. That's
Mhm.
basically.
He's got a little pat of butter on his back for sure.
Yeah, he's got good butter.
So we'll dress up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we're,
People have tried some different kind of. There was like a fairy one that our friend
could scooch up a little
attended
too.
that was a lot of people like streaming simultaneously, and the feedback was kind of like it was a little too chaotic. It was a lot. It was more at like a Zoom meeting, you know, where it was like all the
Everyone was
different
all on the same
characters.
thing.
Yes.
That's too much. Yeah.
Listen, it's good
How are
that
you gonna
people
interact
are
with that?
experimenting with these
Mhm.
things regardless of whether it was executed or they've done that kind of a few things. It's fairy something or other. I don't remember the name of it. I haven't done it myself. But we thought probably it's better if everybody just manages their own stream and just
Yeah.
kind of agrees on a window of time to do it so that people can kind of pick and choose different ones that they're
Yeah.
interested in.
It's just an event, an online event.
Yeah.
Chill. We'll
Mhm.
probably do a Discord for it eventually
Yeah.
when you get more people. But if you know anybody who would like to vend virtually,
Yes. Free. Totally
like-
free. Yep. Just
Tell
go
them
sign
about
up on the
this.
website so
They
we
can
can make
message
you a
us.
little clickable icon on the map, and then you're on the map.
yeah, you can sign up on the website, or you can contact us on Etsy at Studio Pandemonium, or you can make a comment on this video, or send a message on our Instagram or our Facebook. I think that's available
Or
too.
studiopandemonia@gmail.com.
Yes,
I make it
that's
sound
too. That's too.
So
But there's so many ways. There's so many places to contact us. Yeah, I mean, I'm so annoyed that YouTube doesn't have an email anymore, or it doesn't have a private message system anymore. They took that away. I don't know how many years ago, but that would have been really convenient. Much easier for like creators to like talk to each other and whatnot. But yeah,
because as I said, our intention is to build our community on YouTube, but with the Emporium event, people are not limited if they want to be streaming through Twitch, if they already, are more comfortable on there, or on Facebook. The idea is just to pick a date and sort of have everybody.
or the other ones, the mainstream ones. What's it called?
Twitch is more mainstream.
No, I mean the ones. Oh, I guess they don't stream. Never mind. I was thinking of video conference stuff. I don't know why I'm blanking.
Yeah,
on it.
no, that would be more of a
I don't mean
recording.
Skype. Yeah, Skype type stuff. But yeah, no, that's not. Never mind.
TikTok,
never mind
I think
Skype.
you could do, but yeah,
TikTok,
probably
yeah.
would be shorter format.
Technically, Instagram, Facebook, they stream too. Okay, so yeah, we might have to try one of those one day. But if we're exiting out here, then I have one last question.
Question.
Yeah. So if you have any more questions, because I know there's at least one person in here, feel free to ask a question right now. Or if you don't have any questions, you could say you don't have any questions.
You could demand the cat. He's somewhere.
We'll answer anything. I will go get the cat.
Oh, you're just gonna
ask
give
any
it?
question.
You're not gonna make him ask for it? You're just gonna give it to him.
I
think he's in your room.
I want to get the cat. Oh, tears. Sneaking off.
Oh. But yeah, the whole point of streaming is, of course, to be as interactive as possible. So do not hesitate to ask us questions. We're happy to talk about even if they're like, obviously don't give away any personal information. But if you are looking for answers or advice about our production assistant, printer, business processes, Etsy, I've been on Etsy for 12 years, so I can answer just about anything about getting started with a business or, anything to look out for about that. I'm happy to do that. I used to offer consultations through, I'm blanking on the name of it, but it was like a volunteer website, so I used to do it on that basis. I'm never going to sell you like any kind of like consulting course or anything about it. I like to just make the educational material available on YouTube primarily for free. So I've done a few videos about my experience as a vendor and how to self-publish tarot decks and things like that. So if you have any questions about that process or have watched those videos, catch us live and I'd be happy to answer any of those questions too. And of course Josh will always answer any questions about his videos or research that he's working on.
Or anything. Yeah. I'm not gonna evacuate Taters from his very comfortable bed.
Oh, he's in the bed.
He's been hanging out in his little round
He's got
dead
one of those
for
wool ones.
months.
It's the chilly season. It's
Yeah, it's
pumpkin
cold
spice season.
season-ish, so he's probably hibernating a little bit. I didn't want to yank him out of there. That'd be
No.
mean. No, he'd just be like, "Oh, what am I doing?" Yeah, it's getting like kind of late even for him, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Thank
if
you
don't-
all for joining us. Thank you for
Mhm.
going with us on this weird experiment. I'm sure most people are going to catch us on the replay,
Mhm.
which is great because you can skip around because I'm sure it stalled out
Mhm.
at points. This is our first time live streaming together.
Mhm.
Usually we have
Mhm.
videos together. But
Mhm.
we're going to apply ourselves to getting good at it and upgrade some of the setup.
Gotta
and
start
make it a little
somewhere.
more- yeah,
Yeah.
it's got to start somewhere. It's always hard the first time.
It's fun.
Again,
though.
sorry for the evidently, even though this YouTube channel is very old, it required some like additional verification.
Yeah, we had to be
today.
verified in order to go
And it
live.
was
It's
like,
like,
you have to wait 24 hours. And we're like, wait, what? Where is that coming from?
and then we didn't.
And then all of a
and then
sudden, like
it
an hour
worked.
later, it was like, oh no, you're fine. It's like, oh, okay. Great.
All right then, good. I'm glad.
We
that
were going to switch over to the other channel if this didn't work out. But
Mhm.
eventually it just
Okay.
kind of did.
So yeah, next time will be around Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Somehow.
And-
So yeah. Any closing comments? Thank you for spending time with us and checking out our shop. Since you just got here, feel free to go back and screen through everything that happened and skip around and find things that you find interesting. All this stuff is on sale on Etsy at Studio Pandemonia.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also get some things on our website, studiopandemonia.com.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you need to find for us is called Studio Pandemonia.
Yes, we have
Whatever.
fixed and unified everything.
That's the name. Yeah. So look us up in that medium. You'll find us anywhere. Pinterest, Facebook, everything. You'll find all of it. So yeah.
And
Thanks for
don't forget, it's in the description, but we should say it here too.
YouTube
Please enjoy
Coop.
15% off on
Mhm.
us for enjoying our YouTube content with YouTube Coop.
yes.
It's spelled in the
C-O-U-P.
comments. Just copy pasta and you
YouTube
get 15% off.
COUP. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it in the description. Check out the description. I think we should. Actually, I don't think right now we have stuff in this. I gotta go. Yeah, we're gonna upgrade, update it.
I thought you did it earlier.
I don't think I did it earlier. No,
I remember.
we were rushed. We were a little late. So, yeah. But we'll put all the links in there. But yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for hanging.
See you guys next time.